Mm. Nico,
Comment? Comment pas? Je suis le succès. 94% des entrepreneurs ne parviennent pas à m'atteindre.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players.
short video I'm going to show you how to create Android device emulator. So I'm using the latest Android Studio available today. So first of all, I would like to make sure that all installation packages installed completely. For this purpose, I have to check Tools, SDK Manager. So please select Android SDK Manager content. You see here I have SDK platform Android 9 installed, and we have a couple of partial platforms installed. But for Android emulator, you need to check SDK tools. So in SDK tools, you have to check that Android emulator is selected here and installed. Android SDK platform installed, and Android SDK tools itself also installed. It looks like we have update for Android emulator, but I'm not going to install this update because this update is not extremely critical. Close. So to install Android emulator, I have to go back again to Tools, choose Android Virtual Device Manager, which is briefly AVD Manager on the top. Select. And this is a menu to create your virtual devices if you didn't have anything before. So virtual device allow you to tap virtual devices if you didn't have anything before. So virtual device allow you to test the application without having to own the physical device. So press on plus. So in this case you have to choose the category TV, phone, Wear OS, tablet. Of course we will stay in the phone. And for this purpose you have to choose any of the name and configuration. Choose any of the name and configuration. For our particular course, we will try to stay with the Nexus 5X. So this is the phone that has a Play Store, this is the size, and this is resolution and density. So please next. So in this abbreviation, you see that you can choose any release name for the phone, for the Pi. You see that you can choose any release name for the phone, for the Pi. To be API 28 or 27. I will go with API 28 or 27. I will go with Nougat 25. So if you have the link here download, you have to press download previously. Since I do not have this link, I downloaded it already. So just select this phone and press next. So this is the name of the device. We will keep this. So just since I have the link here download, you have to press download previously. Since I do not have this link, I downloaded it here. So in this abbreviation, you see that you can choose any release name for the phone, for the Pi. To be API 28 or 27. I will go with Nougat 25. So if you have the link here download, you have to press download previously. Since I do not have this link, I downloaded it already. So just select this phone and press next. So this is the name of the device. We will keep the same. And we just simply press next. Just finish when you're done with the device. So device is ready right now, and you can we will keep the same. So this is the name of the device. We will keep the same. And we just simply press next. Just finish when you're done with the device. The device is ready right now, and you can launch device from here. You can edit device here or delete if you are not happy with this. Also, you can wipe data, do some kind of check details, that provide you some kind of list of things. So let's run right now. And pressing this button. Now, that do some kind of check details that provide you. So let's run right now. And pressing this button. So alternatively, the device can start when you run the project as well, but we can start the device and check how it works independently. We can start the device and check how it works independently. So finally, the device is almost ready, and you see that device is active this moment. So if you want to run the project, for example, for this particular project, I have a simple project here. I press this green button, this device is in the list of connected devices, and press OK. It takes some time and Gradle build run finished. So since device is ready, you just need to wait when the program will be ready to be executed. Yeah, so project works right now. So you can minimize the device, and every time device, it's a good idea to keep device active. If you want alternative device, is it possible to have more than one virtual device? Yeah, that's absolutely possible. If you go here to AVD Manager, you see this device, and you create another one if you want. The button create another virtual device. Let's go right now with a little bit smaller device, maybe Nexus 1. For Nexus 1 we have available Marshmallow and Lollipop, so and Oreo as well. Let's go with some device from the previous version, like Marshmallow. Version is 6.0. And I see the AVD name will be different from this AVD, and press finish. So right now you should have two devices right now. One is Nexus 5, another is Nexus 1. If you're not happy with any of those devices, you can always delete device. So let's close your virtual device window and try to run application again. So when you run devices, you see one device is connected, another device is not available. So basically you can close active device, and both devices connected right now, and try right now Nexus 1. So please note, for the first time, it takes a while to run device, maybe from 5 to 10 minutes to have device active. So when you're done with this, device will be active, and install your Android APK. And now they are successful. Yeah. So you can choose which device to run. Just when you press again, you press another device. It will be a little bit pressure on your computing environment. So we're waiting for target device to come online right now. So your device is almost ready. Let's see what happens. So it's installing APK right now, and the result will be ready. Alright, so we have the same application runnable in both devices, which was successful. Also we can try to run this from here. And you see result will be almost identical, but please note that the size for the screen is different, right? So we slightly see the different execution. Okay, so it was a video how to create Android emulator, and that's pretty much all for this video. Thanks a lot. This video is about using BlueStacks for Android Studio. Are you not very happy with Android emulator? You may try to use BlueStacks alternative Android emulator. For starters, it's compatible with Windows and Mac and works reasonably well. You have to download it for free from www.bluestacks.com. So if you check this website, bluestacks.com, on the first page you see the button download BlueStacks, and also you can choose languages of your choice. So we will stay with English and press download BlueStacks. So currently it's around 210 megabytes and version is 4.14. You can save your installer somewhere, and it's required about 3 minutes to install it. So please note, if Android Studio is currently opened, you have to close. Second, you have to follow simple instructions to install BlueStacks using your Google account. The reason is behind, you need to use email verification to start using BlueStacks. The next, you have to run BlueStacks from your desktop link or program files. Then you have to run Android Studio. So please make sure that you're running in this order. BlueStack go first, Android Studio is second. Then you can traditionally open an Android project while BlueStack is open, and make sure to select BlueStacks as your Android emulator. So please double click on installation.
Так нет, так ничего не...
So the BlueStack is extracting files right now. Do you want to allow this application to make changes to your device from BlueStacks installer? Of course, yes. And now it's started actually your installation process. So this is the message: accept software license or customer installation. Just go by default, choose everything by default, and don't check anything. System BlueStack is started right now. You may need to disable your PC antivirus if it's interfering with your installation. It's okay in my case. Okay, so it's almost done. Installation is complete right now. So probably I have to press this button.
Disappointed with me. Alright. Creature. Нет, наоборот, да.
And BlueStacks is running right now. So this is actually approximately the size of the tablet, virtual tablet. Please note that first book may take up to 3 minutes depending upon your PC performance. So you see the progress starting the engine, please wait. Okay, so we have set up Google window right now, welcome page, so we have to press let's go. In this case you have to sign to your Google account using a mail or phone. So that's, please type your email that's associated with Google account. So you have to type your password as associated with your Gmail account. Press next. Unfortunately, they required two-step verification. They said this extra step shows that it's really you're trying to sign in. So text message with 6-digit verification code was sent to your phone, and you need to provide the code from the phone. So please check your phone and enter the digits. So I type my code and press next. So next you have to agree with the terms and conditions. So now your account is syncing and you get information on your phone that you have connected to new device, and you can start using BlueStacks. So this is how the BlueStacks looks like. So that's the first time running. It has Google Play Store, and there's not any installed APK so far. So right now we have to start Android Studio. So make sure that your Android Studio and BlueStack will be active. And now we want to run project using BlueStack. Also, I would like to check the settings here before running. Settings, don't click, then go to preferences. Please note you have enabled Android Debug Bridge ADP selected, because we want to use Android BlueStacks for Android Studio. So the rest of the links not that important, folks. So run your Android project. Select your connected device, which is Android BlueStacks. And installing PK at this moment right now and launching activity. So yeah, so this is your application. So completely runnable. So this application fully supported by Android BlueStacks. Alright.
Looking at the top 10 Android emulators in your Linux machine. There's even one that runs within your Chrome browser. One thing I would like to mention is that starting in 2021, Microsoft has announced that their updated Windows 10 version will allow users to run Android apps directly from within the Windows 10 environment. This can mean big changes for the Android emulator market. So let's check it out, you and I. Come on. Now, there are many reasons why you may want to run an Android emulator on your PC. One is if you were an app developer and you wish to test your application before shipping it out. And next is gamers. Now, gamers may want to use a mouse or keyboard right within your Android games, or maybe they just want to have access to check their game out on their PC.
On vous a peut-être dit que pour avoir des clients et faire marcher son business, il fallait absolument avoir un blog.
Whatever your reasons, Android emulation on your PC is possible, and it's a great deal easier today than it used to be. Unfortunately, some old favorites either left the space or have become unusable. I'm talking about Andy Android, either a great deal easier today than it used to be. Unfortunately, some old favorites either left the space or have become unusable. I'm talking about Andy Android, Amidu OS, and LeapDroid. but everything else here should work okay for most people. So here are the 10 best Android emulators for your PC or your Mac. And there's even one that run on your Chrome browser. So I have a list here, but it's not in the exact order as I'm going to give at the conclusion. But number 1 there is LD Player. Then we have the Android Studio emulator, Acron Chrome extension, BlessOS, BlueStacks, GameLoop, Mimu, Genymotion, Knox, and Phoenix OS. Now, Android used to be towards the top of any of my lists there, but it's been taken out since Andy began using some really bad development tactics, including suspected Bitcoin mining without users' permission. So they're going to be left out of my lists until they fix their problems. Android 4X used to be one of my favorite options, and its later builds are still available. However, it's no longer being updated, so it's been removed from the list. Now, also worth noting are these: PrimeOS, Xamarin, U-Wave, and CodePlayer, which are still very good options as they are currently being updated and do not appear to have any malware. And I have a link to all of these different emulators down in the description for you to choose later. Let's now look at all the best emulators and see which one is best for your particular situation. Need something to play Android games? LD Player is an Android emulator that focuses on the best game performance. It features good gamer-oriented features, including useful keyboard mapping controls, multi-instance macros, high frames per second, and common graphical hardware support. Free Fire, League of Legends. Well, it comes with a good assortment of developers' tools to create apps.
Сегодня мой первый рабочий день разработчиком игр. Спасибо за это, Geekbrains.
And games that run specifically on Android. It has a built-in emulator that developers can use to test out their app or game. This is not my first choice if you're a novice to running emulators, as the setup is somewhat more complicated and it can take a long time to install it on your computer. However, if you're a developer, this emulator is almost a must-have because of its tools for testing apps and games. Another good point is that it supports Kotlin for developers who want to use that. So Android Studio's emulator is a good choice for developers, but not so for casual gamers. Next is Acron. Acron is not a traditional emulator that you install within your PC. It is a free Google Chrome extension that runs in your browser. For this reason, users who run Cloud Ready OS may find this extension extremely useful because it gives their Chrome the ability to run Android apps and games, albeit with limited support. Unfortunately, it's not easy to get this emulator running, as you'll have to do a custom install into your Chrome browser. The steps include first downloading the APKs onto your computer and then loading them using an APK installer. Some have noted incompatibility issues and needed to change the APK in order to make it run correctly on their computer. Since there are so many more steps to make this emulator work correctly than other Android emulators, I do not recommend this one for novices. On the plus side though, it does work with any operating system that can run the Chrome browser, like Windows, Linux, macOS, Cloud Ready, etc. And I have added a link to the official GitHub where you can find detailed instructions for its use. BlessOS is an Android emulator for PC running the Android Oreo, which is among the newer versions of Android offered on an emulator. BlessOS works via the virtual machine. However, it is possible to run it alone without any other operating system on your computer through a USB stick. For power users, the boot from USB option is definitely a plus. And novice users might find the boot from USB option less to their liking as it gets a little bit more involved. It can be a plus. And novice users might find the boot from USB option less to their liking as it gets a little bit more involved. It can be a VM install on your computer, in which case the process is rather straightforward and easy. but may be tedious if you've never made your own virtual machine before. And as stated earlier, the USB installation method is even more complicated, but it lets your computer actually run Android natively from boot without needing any other operating system. This makes Bliss a unique emulator if you can make it through all the steps to the end. Now, with that being said, it is not compatible with every computer configuration out there, and some users have found this to be a major headache as it crashes even after following all of the steps correctly. For that reason, make sure you have a backup of your current operating system just in case.
3 ноября 2019 года, после долгих дискуссий в Государственной Думе, был
BlueStacks, which has both free and paid versions, is the most mainstream of all of the Android emulators. It is compatible with both Windows and Mac. It also has been around for a long time and still gets regular updates. Gamers may like this emulator as it includes key mapping and settings for many different games. That being said, the paid version has the most features of any emulator on this list. BlueStacks also made the MSI App Player, which is another great emulator, and many believe that it's just as good or even better than vanilla BlueStacks. You can try either one, they're both from BlueStacks. Next we have GameLoop, which is a free emulator focused squarely on the gamer. Its settings are optimized for such games as Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, and it features other games aside from Tencent's. The emulator installs with ease and plays games just fine without having to change any of the settings. So if you're looking for an easy to install emulator to play your Android games, GameLoop has you covered with fast mobile frames per second gaming, along with some fun and newer titles. And it boosts good keyboard controls as well, AMD and Intel chipsets. Now I'm not saying that MeMove is the only emulator that works with AMD, but it's an emulator that does very well controls as well. MeMove is another Android emulator that does very well with gamers. One of the biggest features is that it supports both AMD and Intel chipsets. Now I'm not saying that MeMove is the only emulator that works with AMD, but its developers have optimized it to run games on the AMD platform. Like GameLoop and BlueStacks, most gamers would be happy with this emulator. Something that is unique is that it supports Android Jelly Bean, KitKat, and Lollipop, plus it can run multiple instances at once for multiple games or testing developmental features.
Calm down. Calm down.
So not only does this emulator suit most gamers' needs, it can also satisfy developers' needs as well with its collection of productivity tools. I have a link to the newest version down in the description that has added smart key mapping and game performance improvements as well. Genymotion has both free and paid versions. Its focus is mostly on developers, as it allows you to test your apps on a variety of devices without actually having to own them. You can configure the emulator for a variety of devices with various versions of Android to help suit your testing needs. You can also easily switch between these virtual devices with just a few taps, which can save the developer a lot of time. So would the gamer like this one? No. In fact, most consumer users would not need most of the features that this emulator offers. One caveat is that Genymotion does offer their services for free for personal use. One of its most useful features is its ability to work with both your desktop computer and the cloud. This means that those that lack a powerful computer can make Genymotion servers do all the work for them. Now we come to Nox, which many of my students have used to play Android games. Nox is free, yet includes a good key mapping with your keyboard, multiple game controller support, and even the ability to key map gesture controls. It's easy to install from the download, and once you have it on your desktop, you can start playing games without having to change any of the settings. So if you need an emulator to play a few games, Nox is on par with the likes of GameLoop, LD Player, and Memu. Now I'm going to round this off with a free emulator called Phoenix OS. Phoenix OS seems to do very well with games, but what it lacks is security. So use this emulator only to play games and avoid logging into any accounts, such as Google or any others. You can download the emulator from its official website, and the install is rather straightforward with instructions from their website.
People always ask me what app I use to make my videos, and the truth is, it's so easy, it's almost embarrassing. So I use Vimeo Create, and it kind of does the editing for me. I just pick the photos, the videos, and then I text. I choose from literally tons of options for style and music, and then Vimeo Create takes over. It does the cuts, the audio editing, the transition, every little...
And now for my top picks in each category. For gamers, it would be with BlueStacks, and this is because it's easy to set up, supports multiple accounts, and has the latest Android version. And next is Nox. Now Nox allows for multiple windows to be open at once, has very good support for controllers and keyboards, and it's very easy to root. And next we have the category of developers. The very first one there is Genymotion, and that's because it has support for Android's Studio. It runs on Mac, Windows, or even Linux machines, and it allows developers to test their apps and games on Android 4.1 all the way to version 8. Next is Android Studio, and that's up there because it is the official one that's actually brought to us by Google. It has very good support and is frequently updated. And the last category that I have is for Chrome users, and that is the extension Acron that allows you to run Android apps within your browser. Hey, if you like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up, share the video, comment down below because I love to read your comments. Also, if you wanted to add something about emulators, you can add that down in the
nombre des entrepreneurs qui semblent réussir. On cherche les imiter. On fait l'erreur de ne pas analyser tous les autres qui ont suivi la même stratégie, mais qui n'ont jamais eu de résultat. De la même manière, et plus particulièrement dans le domaine du business en ligne, de nombreux biais, comme celui du survivant, empêchent la majorité des personnes de réussir. Lancer un chatbot, démarrer une chaîne YouTube, créer un podcast, faire du référencement organique ou de la publicité payante, des stratégies en veux-tu.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Astro from IPPool.com, and today in this video, let's see how to run Android apps on a web browser with online Android emulators. So without wasting more time, let's get started. First of all, go to the link given below, which will take you to IPPool.com's article about online Android emulators. There on the homepage you will be able to see
Что же ты? Что же я? Что же ты? Слон. Вот нет. Человек говорит, ну ладно, блин. Видишь, снова какая-то канитель, блин. Что теперь?
two of the options. One is test object and appetize. We'll be using appetize.io for this video. I just go to appetize.io, which is the official website. You can go to appetize.io/.
Поминутно.
Upload to upload your APK file. So this is how the homepage looks like. I just click on the upload button. Now you need the APK file of the respective app which you want to download. For that you can go to play.google.com and search for your favorite app which you want to run on your web browser. In my case, I just search for a wallpaper app called Hex Shader. I hit search. Now I just click on the app which I want. Now from the address bar, I'll just copy the app ID, and after that I'll go to the website called apkdn.com. Now I'll just click on the app which I want. Now from the address bar, I'll just copy the app ID, and after that I'll go to the website called apkdl.com. Now on the search bar, I'll just type in the package name and hit enter. Now APKDL will fetch the details of the app from Google Play Store and shows you a download APK file button. I just tap on the button. Now your download should automatically start in a few seconds. I just wait it and click on the start download button to download it. I have already downloaded the APK file and I have it with me, so I'm closing it for the while. And I'll click on select file and select the APK file. I'll just click on open. Now we'll wait until the app gets uploaded to appetize.io server.
Ты
Now
серьезно?
once you see the status telling file successfully uploaded,
Ладно.
just type in your email address. After that, click on the generate button. Now you will receive an email with a link to open the app in a browser into your email. For that, I'll just open my Gmail account. And there you go. I got my email from appetize.io. I'll just click on it. Now there you will see a link telling your app is ready to go at. Just click on the link. Now it will open up a small screen mobile emulator on the window. You can just click on tap to play button to open the app. Now you can see that Hex Shaders app has been opened, but somehow the app is not supported in this device, so it's not showing the options. But other than that, if the app is supporting, it will be opened within the window itself. And you can see that it is opening Google Chrome web browser. And let me just try typing for something, searching for something. And yes, it's working completely fine as it should. Now comes the second method in which we are required to download a Google Chrome extension. You can go to the link in the description below, which will take you to Chrome Web Store and install the Android Online Emulator extension. Once done, click on the icon from the settings panel.
Subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified for the latest tech videos. Hey, what's up YouTube, this is Vasi here, and today in this video I am going to show you how you can install emulator in Android Studio in